Hey guys, I'm back with, I know, yet another Fabled build. I know it's only been like a day, but this is a completely different build. I really wanted to show you the other one because it was just kind of something different. Um, I think this might be the final Fabled build that I go with. Um, it's been testing probably better than any other build has tested, and it mirror matches well as well, so that's very nice. Um, I'm just going to run you guys through it and let me know what you think. So let's start with the Fables, the stuff I've got three of. 3 Cerburrel, 3 Chawa, 3 Ganashia, 3 Grimro, mandatory, 3 Krus, also mandatory, 2 Lurrie, I already bought these in DT, can't wait, and 1 Fabled Kushano, and that makes the Fables. And for the non-Fableds, I got 3 Snipe Hunters and 2 Trickies, and these 5 guys are going to be your main non-Fabled discard engines, and then the other one's going to be morphing jar. Okay, and then sangan and 2 effect failures. I'll come back to these in a second. Then in the spells, I got 2 Pot of Avarice, 1 mind control, 1 card destruction. This is pretty good, except in mirror matches. I usually take it out for something else. And then after that, it's pure staples. Book, trunade, 2 MST, dark hole, and monster reborn. And then the traps is a mighty 3 royal decree. Okay, and the reason for the effect failures in the main deck, which I know a lot of people are citing them, is between the 3 decree and the effect failures, you usually have your opponent on lockdown, which is really nice, especially in an aggressive deck like this one. To be able to have your opponent on lockdown and push real hard is really nice. And then in the extra deck, I got sheep tokens for I don't know. I just still like them, so I keep them there. Maybe I'll tell my opponents that I'm playing goat control. And then I got a formula synchron, 2 unicore. Okay, now this deck only needs 1. Okay, right now this is pretty much like the next best thing, like taking up a slot. As soon as it can be, one of these is going to be a Tech Genus Hyper Librarian, 2 ragin, 1 catastor, 1 gaia. He's nice because he lets you run out of your stardust. 1 brio, 1 arcanite. This guy's so easy to get out with this deck, and he's really, really good. Especially because you can climb from him with Kushano all the way up to Leviathan, which is beautiful. Wyvern gets massive. I've OTK'd with Wyvern many, many times. So I think that every Fabled build should have a Wyvern. Black Rose, because if you leave Formula and Reagan sitting on the field, then you can Black Rose your opponent during their turn. Stardust, valkyrus. A lot of people aren't running valkyrus anymore. I think he's still really good for setting up combos. In fact, I think for him a lot more often than Stardust, especially because with the decree down and effect failures, I'm usually not too afraid of destruction effects. So this guy goes pretty hard, and you can climb up to Leviathan pretty fast. It's really nice. Mistworm and Leviathan. Okay, so frequently asked questions. Desmond, why don't you play Trishula yet? Because I can't afford one. Probably. I might even find an open spot so I can play a Mistworm and a Trishula, because it's situational. If you're pushing for game, Mistworm's actually arguably better. And then I also get the why the formula and a stardust and no shooting star. And the answer is I almost never go for stardust. So there's not really much point in it. Besides the fact that if I've got 10 on the field, I'd much rather go Cerburrel and stardust into leviathan. And then I always get, the stupid questions, so I'm not going to address those from people who don't know the archetype. Like, why no Solkius? Because he's discard. Stuff like that. But I hope you enjoyed the deck. And after I've tested it real well at a locals, lately my locals have been starting a lot later than they're scheduled for because our main judge is out of town. So he's usually the person who keeps it all running on schedule. So hopefully he's in and I get to test it this Saturday pretty well, like actually in tournament, and I'll let you know how I did. If not, I'll try to get as many test duels as possible. And then this weekend's also the sneak peek. So I don't have a lot of money, but I'm pretty determined to buy one sneak peek. So I'm going to do that. And I'm probably going to be there with another person, so we'll try to get videos of a couple sneak peeks, even if they aren't all mine. And you know what? I'll just show you what I've got in the side deck right now so you guys can criticize it. Right now, I'm running triple twister in the side deck, and the reason for that is that twister, well, defissure builds are our worst nightmare as Fabled, so you want to have every way possible to knock a defissure out. So that's why the twisters. 2 shiny black sea, just kind of for other synchro spam heavy decks. 1 chaos hunter, kind of mostly because I don't really have anything else to put there. That one's probably going. 2 Gemini imps, pretty good against sabers. 2 noblemen. For I don't really know. There's not a lot of setting going on in the current game, other than from Lightsworn players. Transmigration Prophecy and a Foolish Return. The Chaos Hunter is actually going to be another Foolish Return. That way I've got the stuff to break people's return plays. And for those of you who don't know this, for example, since you can't retarget, if someone activates Pot of Avarice, let them choose their target, then put 1 back in their deck, and Pot of Avarice breaks, and they don't get its effect. So that's really good. And then the catch-all, 3 prohibitions. And I like having a set of prohibitions in my side deck because they're kind of like the end-all extra card. They allow you to really just be prepared for pretty much anything if they're just, because usually every deck has just 1 card, 1 or 2 cards that makes it really broke. So if you've got the prohibitions to make sure that your opponent doesn't play those, then you're pretty good. Or in the case that it's a continuous spell or trap, twisters. So between twister and prohibition, you should be generically prepared for pretty much everything, and everything between those for more specific situations. So let me know what you think. Go put my side deck back in here. Got about 1 million goat tokens, and by 1 million I mean 8 of my paper ones. I'll probably put these in my binder actually. And that is all. Thank you very much, YouTube. I will be seeing you guys soon with other announcements, probably a sneak peek video on Saturday, and maybe a couple duel videos depending on what the disposition of the people at my locals is. So that's all. Rate, comment, and subscribe.